Hello, everyone. My name is Julie McVey, and this is Unordinary Made Ordinary, where we talk about extraordinary experiences of everyday people. And today I'm going to talk about one of my recent astral experiences. As many of you know, um, I started meditating over 2 years ago, and a few months after um, practicing meditation, I had my first out of body experience, and I've had several lucid dreams and out of body experiences over the last couple years. And every once in a while, I have a very interesting one that I um, like to share. And this is April 2022. This was just the other day, really. And it was in the morning hours, which is very common for me. I will sleep several hours, get up for a few minutes, and then go back to bed and meditate. And during this meditation, I fell back into sleep, which is pretty common and is fine if that happens. And I became lucid in a dream. And what I generally do is I'll fly off immediately after I become lucid in a dream. I realize some people they continue with their dream space and they enjoy just being lucid and continuing in that way in a lucid state, dreaming. But I generally like to just fly off and go to higher astral realms. So I'll just fly off and request to see higher realms. And so usually what happens when I immediately either fly off from a lucid dream or from after I roll out of body or step out of body and I'm in my room or outside of my room, I will just fly off and I will see my non-physical vision isn't quite functioning yet. And I will kind of see like a black, dark gray or light gray or white. And in this situation, I saw only white. And it was sort of like if you're familiar with cottage cheese ceilings, that's what it kind of looked like, bright white and kind of like a cottage cheese ceiling. um, and so I said, take me to a higher realm, and nothing happened. And I thought, gee, I need to use more intention here, be more specific. So I asked to see mountains. I wanted to fly over some mountains. And gradually, this white ceiling of sorts, bumpy ceiling, began to turn into mountain peaks. I started to see these white peaks of mountains. I'm like, okay, something's coming here. And then my vision kicked in and it was very vivid and I could see just tons of mountains, beautiful, um, just a beautiful flight over these mountains. And then I thought, okay, where do I want to go to from here? And I for some reason I said, I want to see a red boat. I don't know why I said that. I wanted to see the ocean, really. I wanted to start, move from the mountains over to an ocean view. And um, tons of boats came into to view, not one red boat, but um, they were like gray and like metal boats, just so many of them. I really couldn't even see the ocean. And I thought, okay, I'm near the shore. I'm near some place. I didn't recognize it. And then a cityscape came into view. So I'm thinking, okay, so I'm flying over some city that I don't recognize. So what should I do now? And I'm trying to keep my focus and intention. And I thought, I want to go down and talk to somebody. I didn't see anyone, but I'm using my intention. Okay, fly down and go find somebody to talk to. So immediately, pretty quickly, I landed, and it was evening hours, and I was outside, and then off in the distance, I saw two young men kind of hanging out on this grassy hill. And there are just various buildings and structures and whatnot. And again, I didn't recognize it. I mean, it kind of looked like it could have been Earth for all I knew. It just looked like the planet Earth. But I'm walking in their direction, and as I'm walking, I kind of wave and I said hello, and they kind of glanced but didn't say anything. And I walked past this glass building, or at least it was glass on the side that I was walking past, and I kind of caught my reflection as I was walking by, and then I stopped in my tracks. I'm like, wait a minute, I want to see what I look like. And I walked back over, and I'm like looking at myself in this reflection of this building, or this glass, and I am thinking, I mean, it looks like me. It looks like I'm in my 20s at this point in this vision, or this reflection. But it's not exactly what I looked like in my 20s. It's almost a more like flawless, I want to say almost plastic version of me. It's hard to explain. Maybe it was because it was the reflection. I don't know. And I noticed that I was wearing some kind of casual, baggy, colored pants. And I thought, it looks fine, whatever. It was just different. And I continued walking toward these young men. And I said, when I got closer, I said, hello, my name is Julie. And they just kind of said, oh, hey, how's it going? And kind of was not really interested. And then um, I said, are you guys okay with people like me? And they asked, like who? And I said, well, I'm an astral traveler, and I'm from Earth. And then they kind of got excited and perked up and said, oh, really? Okay, that's cool. We have a meetup group with others who astral travel. And maybe you'd like to meet up with us, with us all next time. And I'm like, oh, okay. Sure, maybe I could do that. And I'm not thinking like how difficult it would be for me to get back there. But I said, you know what? Okay, before this all starts to fade, because I'm thinking if I'm going to get back here, I probably need to know the name of this location. And I said, okay, before this all starts to fade, quick, tell me the name of your planet. And they said, Gilyar. And I said, what? Can you spell it? And they said, Gilyar. And I said, okay, Gilyar. I'm like, okay, thanks. And I began walking away. And then I'm walking towards this like hillside full of gray green leaves and like scattered white flowers. And I'm thinking, what an interesting ground covering this is. And maybe I shouldn't walk on it. I wasn't sure if it would be like marshy, and like if I stepped on it, it would be squishy or something. Or I'm like, well, let me see. So I stepped on it, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's solid enough. And then I glance kind of off into the distance, and it's this sort of dark, it's not lit up, but this darker area. And there was a tall tower and like metal structure, and I could see, this is going to sound weird, but this is what it looked like to me, like a couple machine guns on tripods in an open window pointing outward, sort of just sitting there and in this space. overlooking, I'm not sure where, but I didn't really feel that comfortable with that. Like, what is that about? Um, so I thought I'm going to fly over there and investigate and see if that's what these things really are. So I take off flying, and then as I'm flying, everything starts to fade. So I didn't get a chance to continue investigating that. And then I'm, back in bed and I'm contemplating, like, what is this planet Gilyar? I wonder what that could be. And, you know, it's just weird. It's just very odd, um, where it could be and what it's like there. And it's just in a very interesting um, exploration, and thought I would share it with you because I really enjoy them when they're these out of body trips, when they're very vivid, and all my sensations are on, high sensitivity, and just more meaningful to me when that happens. It was cool meeting a couple people to talk to, and to actually get, bring back the name of apparently their planet. And anyway, so I just wanted to share that with you all. And as you probably know, this channel I use for kind of sharing my experiences, but mostly I interview people who have had, you know, out of body experiences, near death experiences, shared death, people who have developed mediumship abilities or psychic abilities, all kinds of stuff. It's just very fascinating to me. I really enjoy it. And if you enjoy this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you can be alerted to, future videos. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I guess I'll take off. And I hope you are all having a fantastic day or evening, wherever you are on the planet or off the planet. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.